Howdy doody, everybody. Welcome in.
Hello, good people of planet Earth.
All right,
Uh,
we are here to talk a little bit about the new Fantastic Four movie. Uh,
when did this come out? A couple weeks ago now. About a
two or
week
three weeks,
after
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Superman. It's like
Yeah, about a
two,
week
three
after.
weeks ago now. But yeah, we recently, both of us got a good chance to sit down and watch, separate, of course, because we're, you know, a couple states apart, a state apart, something like that. But yeah, we're just taking a chance, an opportunity now to talk a little bit about our thoughts on the movie. You saw it before I did.
I did,
What
yeah.
were your what were your thoughts on the movie? Like just first thing that you think of.
Uh, First thing that I kind of noticed was sounds cliche, but the visuals. Um,
They're
I thought the
spectacular.
visuals. I thought the visuals were very good.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It almost seems rare now that you get a movie that lives up to what. Oh God, that
Uh-oh.
was weird. Okay. Yeah, that's always going to be a little duct tape in this production. Um, but yeah,
Gotta have it.
to see a movie that actually lives up to the budget, it looked like a lot of the sets in it were actually practical. Like they were
Yeah.
built and stylized in a really cool way. It didn't feel like
Hmm.
they were in just one of those giant green or blue screen volume things. Like
Hmm.
80% of like the Ant Man Quantumania movie. um, so it was nice to see actual sets fitting a style.
Hmm.
I thought it looked great. The throwback costumes were kind of cool. My favorite
Awesome. Love
character in it was the Fantastic Four flying car thing. That was freaking awesome. That was my favorite character.
that. That was your favorite character?
Yeah,
The
that thing
movie.
was really cool. Um, Again, playing into the
The
visuals, the
aesthetic of
comic
it.
booky feel. Yeah,
The yeah, retro futuristic look of it, I immediately fell in love with. I was like, "Oh my god,
mm-hmm.
this is incredible." But yes, aesthetically, it's very pleasing, and it's definitely very reminiscent of like the really popular comics that came out, during the Silver Age of comic books. If you like that kind of retro futuristic kind of look, the film does a really good job of recreating that practically. As you were saying,
Yeah,
and that's just wonderful. I mean, that
yeah,
I think that a lot of these movies would benefit from having those kind of style choices in them because it looks so much like a comic book, like come to life, and
yeah.
that was really, like you say, it was the most striking feature of the movie, and just really, really fun to see a callback to that.
And I would like to see that, like, if they continue doing Fantastic Four and keep it in that time era. I think it would be really cool to see the city fleshed out a little bit more and stuff like that. Like,
Hmm.
it felt like it had the potential to kind of become like a character, kind of like Gotham is for Batman. Like Gotham is
Sure.
a character for Batman. That
Hmm.
city has so much personality, whimsy with the giant blimps everywhere and trains like 20 stories up in the air running around. Like it's I don't know. Um, it's a very cool city. And I kind of feel like Fantastic Four, like with the way that they designed this, it kind of has that same ability if they flesh it out a little bit more.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think I liked it a lot, probably because it seemed like such a good contained kind of story, just
mhm.
separate from all of the other stuff that's going on, inside the
Yeah,
MCU.
yeah.
Um,
Wasn't
and
7,000
that's
cameos.
well, that's just it. That's what those movies have become. It's like, oh, who else
Yeah.
is in this? And um, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. I really wish this movie had come out after Endgame. Like the very next
I
movie that came out after Endgame. I wish it had been this movie because it would
I
it would have
agree.
been such a fresh, brand new take on everything. You'd be like, oh my gosh, we just finished this really great epic storyline. How do you follow it up? Let's go somewhere else for a little bit. There's all this talk about. I mean, they were already being slowly introduced, through different ideas, and I
Hmm.
think it really would have been just really fantastic, for lack of a better term, to have all of these characters just come in this really just, I mean, different movie. Um,
Yeah,
because I mean, let's face it. I mean, if you're a big Marvel fan, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say it, but they've made a lot of missteps after that
yeah,
Endgame movie.
yeah. They have,
And this felt like a
and I felt
big
like
step in
the
the right direction.
missteps. I kind of feel like the missteps started with Endgame in a lot of ways.
I don't disagree. I felt like it started to get a little overstuffed, and then there's the other problems that people have, of course, with the
Yeah.
injection of all of the self-righteous stuff, and I think that
Mm.
I think that that has its place, but I don't know that trying to jam it into a movie and impose that on people who are just looking to be entertained. I didn't think that was a very good idea. I'm sorry if
Yeah.
you disagree. I really am, but I don't think that that needed to be the main focus of the movie, or even part of it. I think that it should have been left out entirely. But this
Yeah.
movie would have been so great right after Endgame, just a fresh, brand new take, and like, oh man, what a breath of fresh air. We're doing something different. You know,
Yep.
it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
I think if they would have gone from Avengers Endgame and instead of doing a bunch of multiverse shenanigans, if they would
Mhm.
have, like you said, started with Fantastic Four, I think that would have been a great first step. um,
Uh,
or if they would have done
oh.
like and then like gone from Fantastic Four into like X Men.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
I think by that time they had fully acquired X Men. They like the
Mhm.
Fox deal was done. They had access to all those characters, so it would have been cool to bring out the X Men because that would have really given you a way that you could have done some again some more solo movies without everything being a well not X Men. That's it's going to be an ensemble cast when you have X Men, but not having like a giant ensemble cast for every stinking movie.
Right.
So I think they broke down like Avengers Endgame, and it was like every character in that movie had like maybe 2 minutes of screen time. Like it was incredibly
Yeah.
low.
It
And
was
they did for
it was a
having that many characters
slightly
jammed into it.
better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Slightly
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Slightly better.
Hey, you watch your mouth. Greatest movie of all time. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, but yeah, I agree. I think that would have been so cool if they would have gone um into X or not X Men, Fantastic Four right after that. Um,
Yeah. It would have been really, really good.
and I think it would have been cool if they would have not jumped straight to Galactus, but started with Doctor Doom. Um, like
No, I
that
like
would have been
this
awesome.
idea much. Well, I guess you would have to at that point because your big bad, Thanos. We've just taken him out, so probably
Yeah,
some of the lesser enemies.
yeah,
They had the mole men in the movie,
yeah.
which I thought was really funny.
That was pretty
What a
funny.
very comic booky thing to have. And it had Stingray from Cobra Kai in it as the leader of the mole men. Uh, my wife and I laughed when we saw him because he really tickles our funny bone. He's just a funny character.
So I've
And
never
it
seen
just
Cobra
in
Kai,
life.
so I didn't
Oh,
know
okay.
anything
Well,
about
you
yeah
should
hadn't seen
watch
that
it.
guy.
It's really good. It's on Netflix. You should sit down and watch it. It's a good
It's
companion
been
piece
yeah,
to
it's been on my
Karate Kid.
list.
Yeah.
And like as weird as much as I was into martial arts, I was never that big into Karate Kid either. So it's like I feel like I need to watch the Karate Kid movies. I don't know something about Ralph Macchio weirds me out. Um,
That he's a timeless vampire is what it is.
yeah,
He hasn't aged in
and
like
it's weird.
40 years or
Like
something.
I don't know, in a lot of the roles that he had, like me growing up, what was he in, like Outsiders and things like that.
Mhm.
Like,
My cousin Vinny.
um, that's right, he was My Cousin Benny. That's
Hmm.
right, one of the greatest movies, one of the best comedy
Love that
movies
movie.
of all time. My Cousin Benny, two Utes.
Hmm.
Um, but
Two, two.
but yeah,
Excuse me.
the two what? But yeah, uh, but yeah, like I said, I never really got into the Karate Kid movies. I don't know. There was something. I always thought Ralph Macchio was just kind of cheesy, and it's weird. Like seeing him in things as an adult, I'm like, I kind of like him now. I don't know why. But yeah, so yeah, I need to
You
go back
should,
and actually watch the Karate Kid movies.
mhm,
And the movie
for
where he,
nostalgia's sake, because it's one of those
yeah,
classic '80s movies, and I mean,
oh
like,
yeah,
you're gonna have to really suck it in and just be like, all right, listen, man, this is super '80s. There's a different time. Literally, everybody's on cocaine while they're filming this movie, so I just need to get over it a little bit.
for better
It's
or
really
worse. And I
cheesy,
think in
but
most
it's
cases, better.
really, really good, man. It's a good movie,
Yeah,
and then, of course, the,
I've heard
Cobra
nothing but
Kai
good things about
series.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it's such a good, like, extension of that, like, it feels so natural, and it feels like it belongs in that universe, and, the story of it, I really feel like they should have done it much, much sooner than they did, but, I mean, what you get is really, really good, so,
Yeah,
um, yeah, you should check it out. But about Fantastic Four, the character from Cobra Kai, Stingray, is in this as, like, another really silly character, and he made my wife and I just laugh every time he was on screen because he just has this look about him that makes you want to laugh at him.
Oh,
Um,
before we go any
mm,
further, I will go ahead and
yeah.
clarify there will be spoilers in this conversation. We'll try
Mhm.
to stay light on spoilers for our initial talk, but we will jump heavy. Hello, Potato Queen. Thank you for the
The
sub. Much
the
appreciated.
Fantastic Four in the Fantastic Four movie. That's my big spoiler.
Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Four movie. Yep.
Tater Queen. Look at all these little birds she's got going on right here. I love that. How did you do that? I'm a
Potato
Luddite, so
Queen.
I'm looking at all this and seeing it for the first time. This is very exciting to me.
Potato Queen is one of my mods. She's pretty much been here since I started on Twitch. Yeah, she's wonderful.
Tater. Well, hey, Tater.
And thank you again for that 6 month subscription. I will don the zebra mask for that when I actually start playing games. But yeah, for the conversation part of it, yeah, I'll hold off on the zebra mask so people can understand what the heck I'm saying.
Hey,
And yes,
friend.
this is my friend Oliver, Super Ollie World. But yeah,
Hello. Hi.
but yeah,
Uh-oh.
but yeah, it's like I said, yeah, we will be touching on some spoilers and for the Fantastic Four. And towards the end of the conversation, we'll probably have spoiled the whole damn movie, just to discuss all
Yeah,
the
so
ins
get
and outs
ready.
of it.
You should
Um,
definitely just go see it anyway, though. It's not about the destination, it's about the
yeah,
journey.
yeah,
This one's actually pretty good in terms of like a story
it
and a
was,
journey.
yeah, I'd say it was a pretty good movie.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I will be honest. There was one point, and it's not the fault of the movie. It's the fault of having a kid that decided to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning the night before. I did fall asleep at one part in the movie. Um, it was
What
very
an old
briefly. It
man.
was, yeah, yeah, oh yeah. The old, yeah, the old in me came out super hard. But yeah, and hey, in
Oh
those
man.
theaters they all have the reclining chairs now. It's like, what am I supposed to do? What sleep exactly?
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Dark in the room, especially that is something I will touch on a little bit in this movie is that when the action is going and when you're exploring the world a little bit, just through I mean this retro futuristic lens, there are some parts where when nothing's going on, it really dragged in some
yeah,
areas, and so
yeah.
I do kind of get
It
it.
did have
I
some
get
moments that
where
dragged.
somebody such as yourself, who's not old, um, might feel like, oh, this is kind of lulling me to.
Yeah. And like, God, I fell asleep at the part where again spoilers where they were in their spaceship heading out to Galactus. So
Right, right.
like I
Well,
kind of
it's
dozed
like
off
I
and I
said,
woke up. I was like, oh, it's Galactus. There he is.
in that very scene, it's like there's just not a whole lot going on. They
Yeah,
get
yeah,
there, and even when they're there, it's like the only time it gets really exciting is when they're talking to Galactus. And
yeah,
I mean, I don't
yeah. The
know. It
Galactus
just
Galactus part was pretty cool.
yeah. Galactus was probably one of my favorite things about it because it's literally just, I mean, like, hey, let's cut this from the comic book and put it onto the screen. And that,
Yeah,
I mean, I love that. I love anytime we get a
visually,
very close one to one of the
yeah,
character from the, and that was amazing. I love that.
visually it was a massive upgrade from Galactus from the Rise of the Silver Surfer movie. So
Yeah,
you got like kind of an
the
upgrade in
face
Galactus
part.
and a downgrade in Silver Surfer. I don't know how you did that,
I
but
like the Silver Surfer in this one. I thought she did a good job. Now,
she
I
was
did hear that they
fine.
pared her down a good bit
They
in
did
the
what?
movie, so who knows? I'm sorry?
They did what?
They pared down her, I guess, her being in the movie. I think she had a bigger role in the movie than what she
Oh,
actually had
they cut scenes.
been out of.
I thought it felt
But
that way. Honestly, like I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
she just kind of seems to just show up randomly. Like I feel like something's just laying on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of backstory to her that I mean, and they do a well enough job kind of fleshing it out, but it just kind of felt like I'm the herald of Galactus. Goodbye, and then she
Yeah.
disappears, and then like, and then she comes back for a little bit. She's
Ta-ta!
like, "I'm attacking. Goodbye," and then
Then
it's
she's
like, "Okay,
gone.
see ya. Good seeing you." That's how I felt the whole time. It's just like
Yeah.
watching a drive by happen, and like, "Hi, okay, we'll see you next time," and then
Drive
she
by
comes back
surfing.
a little bit later. So yeah.
That would actually be a very funny skit. Just get somebody in Silver Surfer thing, just in like a Honda Accord, just driving by with a surfboard and whacking somebody. It looks like Mr. Fantastic and driving away.
I have her
Drive
hit
by
like a,
surfboarding.
a lady that has a beach ball, like she's supposed to be pregnant. Have her whack a invisible woman and then fly away. Yeah,
Exactly
because I
depicting.
mean
Now you see
that's
me, now
kind
you
of what
don't.
it was like.
Yeah.
That's what it was like.
Yeah, that yeah, I felt that too. It definitely felt like I don't know, like this one wasn't as bad as a lot of the newer Marvel stuff where you can definitely feel that it's been shot and reshot and edited and cut to bits and yeah, it didn't feel that as much, but with the Silver Surfer, it definitely felt like her I don't know, the pacing for her character was very strange. And the fact like the biggest confrontation they had with her was the Flash giving her a talking to and her crying and
The
doing
Human
what you said and
Torch.
like, I'm out, bye. Yeah. Yeah, it
The
was
Human Torch.
what did I say?
The Flash.
Oh god.
Go
Speaking
go
of old
go go.
man
Whoop.
brain.
Oh boy, there it is. It's a little late in the
uh,
evening. We do
excuse
apologize.
me, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go change my batteries. Um,
Excuse me, I got to take my old man pill so I can
same
remember
thing.
what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you for being my brain. Um,
yeah, yeah. Hey
but
man,
yeah,
I'll catch you when you.
but yeah.
Um,
So let's kind of go through. Again, we getting spoilery here, but let's do kind of a basic synopsis of the movie. Um, Essentially, Fantastic Four has been doing their thing for 4 years. It's their 4 year anniversary of them getting their powers from
they
the
are
what was it like the Ion
this.
Storm or whatever in space.
It is this. So just to hold on, just to add to that, this takes place outside of the 616 Marvel continuity, and is in the 828, which doesn't
So
have
different
any
Earth.
of the Avengers, as far as we
Yeah.
know, in it. Like the
Yeah.
Fantastic
So thank you.
Four are the Avengers of this world.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. So different universe, different timeline, all that.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, they are genuinely loved by everybody. They it shows some of their things that they've dealt with dealing like with like oh god, cat invasion, dealing with like Oliver said with the mole men people, um, and battling with them at first and then using diplomacy ultimately things like that. Um, and then the Silver Surfer shows up.
Silver
Makes a
Flash.
bunch of threats. Silver Flash, the Flashinator. Um, Yeah, so Terminator 2 shows up. um,
T-1000.
some silver thing turns up. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
Silver Surfer turns up. You find out that Sue Storm is pregnant, and that they didn't think they would be able to get pregnant, so they got a baby on the way. Then Silver Surfer shows up, so they're like, "Well, we got to go deal with this crap." So they basically fly across the galaxy, really far away. I mean, it takes them what, like a month or so to travel. Um,
Mhm. I think it was like
can't
3 months or something, wasn't
As
it?
long as it's your face, you're fine. If you put your butt in the camera, you got to go. Okay.
Yeah. That's for OnlyFans.
We have a respectable show here. Okay. And he decided to leave. He's like, well, fine. Screw this. I'm
Like,
out.
fine. Wait, I'm not getting paid? Man, I'm out of here.
I don't get to moon people. Well, screw this. Uh, but yeah. So in confronting Galactus, he basically makes a deal with them. Basically says, it's like if you give me your child, I'll spare Earth. And they say no. Go back. Has birth. She births the child on the spaceship on the way back to Earth, and that's when they have to divulge the news to everybody. Like, hey, how'd you stop Galactus? And like, about that, we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't.
um, yeah, so they basically tell everybody it's like, well, we delayed him for a little bit, but he asked us for our son, and naturally we're just like, no, we're not doing that. So you understand, and
Yeah, you guys
surprise,
aren't as
surprise,
important as our son.
yeah, surprise, surprise, they don't understand. Um, and like, yeah, kind of a back and forth with the people of Earth and the Fantastic Four. Of course, eventually everybody comes together in a kumbaya moment and come up with a plan to stop Galactus, and kind of do. Um,
Well, not so much to stop Galactus, but to move the Earth so that it will take
oh,
Galactus a very long time to find.
that hurt my brain.
Yeah.
That part that was one of my negatives for this movie. Uh,
And this plays into one of the things that I really had a major problem with
mhm.
in the final confrontation with Galactus. But go continue. I guess you're
um,
pretty close to the end at this point. So
yeah,
obviously the
basically
plan
wraps.
failed,
Yeah,
and
they
they
pivot.
they have a final confrontation with Galactus, wherein they end up stopping him and sending him away. And we're all happy, and nothing will ever bother the Fantastic Four again, right? Certainly not somebody named Iron Face. Will never come back and cause a problem later.
Certainly, it won't be the Green Goblin, as my broken man brain would call him, since I'm getting everything wrong tonight. But
Green Gobbler.
Green Goblin flying
Then
around shooting arrows at people or something.
Potato Queen says, "Then Earth go boom."
Then Earth go boom.
Man, if only.
Almost.
That's in the world 829. We'll say Earth blows up. They fail the mission. Earth blows up. The end. They're all dead. Sorry, sorry, folks. No,
Well,
that's
yeah,
not what ends. They end up saving the Earth, and we all live happily ever after until the next horrible thing happens.
yeah,
Um, Not bad. In terms of a story, I felt like this was, me anyway, very reminiscent of the very early Marvel films. Is
yeah,
like it had your origin story, which it flips through very quickly, but then tells like a really, kind of basic, like, okay, well, it's the good guys versus the bad guys. We don't need to think too much about all the political jargon going on, with being a superhero, or we don't
yeah,
need to dissect that too much. We just need to understand that there is an imminent threat, and we either need to find some way to stop it or avoid complete destruction of the planet somehow. So I
yeah,
really liked that. It felt like a really contained early Marvel story, pre Disney. And again, like I say, I really wish this had come out not long after Endgame had come out. I felt like this would have been a
yeah,
really good place to explore and be a part of, and like, okay, and then slowly integrate it somehow into the Marvel fold um, somehow. I mean, I don't know how you would do it. I guess they're
That would
planning
have
on
been
doing
a.
it with this next big movie, whatever it is. Doomsday, is that what it is?
I feel
The
like that would have
Avengers
been a cool
Doomsday.
way. Like maybe if you could have done like Fantastic Four and X Men, since they haven't existed with the Marvel characters,
Hmm.
both on the
Hmm.
same planet, maybe like in the same
Sure.
universe, same timeline.
The Fox universe.
Had
That's what it is.
yeah, yeah, had Fantastic Four and X Men, and then you could have used the Doctor Strange um, multiverse of madness
Hmm.
to bridge the gap, kind of tie those together. I thought that would have been cool.
Disney, take notes. You're getting it right here. You're getting a master class on what you should have done and didn't do. Whoops.
um, yeah, and hindsight's always 2020. But
Always.
Disney in true Disney fashion try to milk their characters to death, milk every dollar
Oh
out of them
yeah.
that they can before they move on to anything. So naturally, they were
Hmm.
still like, "Hey, we're still pooping out $1 billion movies with these characters. Let's keep them." And I'm sure there's contractual obligations and who knows what behind the scenes that prevented stuff like that. Um, but yeah, overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. I didn't think it was
Hmm.
great, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
thought the cast was about 50% good. Um, Me personally, not a huge Pedro Pascal fan. I think he's a good actor. I just don't think he made a good Mr. Fantastic.
Hmm.
Um,
He also wasn't for the first
and
choice, what I
yeah, he was
understand.
not their first choice. First choice.
Yeah.
I think we had talked about it before, but I think you had put up John Hamm as Mr. Fantastic.
I
I thought that would have
I also
been great.
posited that John Hamm should also play Doctor Doom, which was actually my fan
Yeah,
casting. I really would have
yeah.
loved John Hamm as Doctor Doom.
But now it's Iron
And
Man
then yeah, I
VP.
mean even Galactus. If you want to just get John Hamm to play Galactus in another universe, I'm okay
Just
with that too.
John Hamm is everybody. It's just
You know, just make John Hamm universe, right?
yeah,
There's it's you know, the Hamverse, and it's just
the
every
Hamverse.
character is just John Hamm.
Could be worse. Could be
Mm.
the Rosie O'Donnell verse. Yeah, John
Well,
Hamm verse sounds better.
it could be the current state of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is what it could be. Shots fired.
But yeah,
I'm sorry, everybody. If you're a big Marvel fan, I'm really pooping on you, and I'm sorry. I did
but
like
yeah,
this movie. It was good.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I thought Pedro Pascal was. I mean, he was okay at best. Like I said, I think
Mhm.
they could have done better. And again, this is just a personal opinion, but bro needs to get rid of that mustache, man. Like he needs to let it go,
The
Pedro.
poinsettia.
You don't have the face for the mustache. There's like
Yeah,
four
not
people.
everybody can do it.
Yeah. That mustache just. I mean, it just screams this guy's not allowed within 500 yards of a playground. Like that's what I get from his mustache. Um,
That's why you don't see him with the baby a whole lot in
um,
the movie.
and
Whoops.
Sue Storm's always invisible in the corner watching to make
And
sure.
Susan's always invisible. Yeah.
um, but no, like I said, I mean, he did fine, but like I don't know. I was like, this could be better. Um,
Hmm.
and I think Vanessa Kirby was also not great. I don't know if that was her, if it was the. I think she's recently had some plastic surgery, but like she was just kind of a robot the whole time. Um, and it's like you compare her performance to like Jessica Alba back in the day. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, Jessica Alba was charismatic. She was bubbly. She was fun. She had personality, emotion. I don't know. I didn't get much of that out of Vanessa Kirby, and that might have been her doing the best she could with what she was given. The direction might have been off. I don't know, but her performance I felt was a little lacking.
Little
Um,
wooden.
yeah,
But
yeah, she was a little wooden.
I kind of like that because she grounded a lot of the characters because she was definitely mom in this whole thing, right? Everybody had their
Yeah,
little role to play in this whole thing. She was definitely mom. Pedro Pascal was definitely dad, and then Joseph Quinn was just like the funny little brother, and then of course I can't remember the gentleman's name, but the guy who played Ben Grimm, the Thing, he was like
Yes.
the uncle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I really felt like that was one of the strong, like even if you don't like
Evan Moss,
Vanessa
but
Kirby or Pedro Pascal, I felt like as a unit they worked really well together, in terms of like they felt
yeah,
like it felt like they were all there for each other. And there wasn't like one of the really bad things about the Fantastic Four, um is it Josh Trank, I think it was, that directed that one, like the one that everybody really hated, is
the
that
one
the
with Miles
characters
Teller
spend.
and that one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
The
I haven't seen
characters in
that.
that movie spend much of the movie like, at odds with each other, and they just don't have a really close relationship. And it's in stark contrast to this one where everybody seems really close and everybody
It
has
felt
their
like a
little role
family.
to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
And while you didn't like Vanessa Kirby, I thought she did a really good job of playing somebody who's supposed to be like the grounding character of all the characters, because at the end of the movie, I don't want to exactly spoil that, but when something really bad happens, you kind of feel that a little bit because if she feels like a very important part of the
Magic.
unit. Um, and then Pedro Pascal, it seemed like he got really good direction, because this is not a role I would generally pick for him as somebody who's supposed to be like
Yeah.
analytical to a point of, it's just they seem more like a robot or a
He's
computer
the
than they are a
smartest
human
guy on the
being.
planet.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he did a really good job. Like it was clear that he received a lot of direction to be like, okay, well, you are literally just like a computer, that has a human skin outside.
Yeah.
They did a well enough job doing that, but there were a lot of times where I felt like, I don't know, it doesn't quite fit together. There's something
Yeah.
about it that's not 100%. But he did a well enough job with the um, direction he was given, and of course the script that he was given, and that's how I feel about the other two characters as well. I feel like they played their respective roles, and they really made you feel like, okay, well, this is all supposed to be one unit. They're not all separate individuals who are just like, hey, we're blah, blah, we're out here doing it. I'm Iron Man, and I'm Captain America, and here's Thor and Black Widow.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel like they were separate. It felt like they all have to be together and function together to really
Yeah.
make it work.
And that is what I liked about it. They really leaned into the family element of it.
Mhm.
And it's like brings me to the Thing and the Flash, Human Torch. I thought they did the best job. Um, I mean, to me, it almost felt like it was the Thing that held the family together more than Sue Storm. Like he was
Mhm.
just kind of always there, telling
Well,
everybody
he's that
they were
foundation,
doing.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
just really just like, all right, I gotta lay down the law. Like
It's like, all right,
when I
here
laid
we
down the law,
go.
I laid down the law. Everybody stop. I'm the Thing. You can't stop me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stop you.
yeah.
Hmm.
And the guy who played Human Torch, Johnny Storm. I mean, I thought he did a really good job of expressing, and he had a lot of emotion that he showed throughout the entire movie. He was
Hmm.
frustrated of feeling like he wasn't respected by Mr. Fantastic sometimes. He was also funny. They, leaned into the fact that he was still kind of the ladies' man of the group. Had
Hmm.
the hots for the Silver Surfer. um, so yeah, so I mean, he was funny, but also did great with the serious tones of the movie. That when it's his turn to have a more serious moment, like he nailed both of it. And that's
Yep.
the thing, like
Hmm.
with Vanessa Kirby, and she, I didn't feel like she had much to work with. But like when she talked, she didn't move around a lot. She did. There was, of course, she was 9 months pregnant for a third of the movie, so they're not
Hmm.
exactly jumping backflips either. So it's understandable. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought she was fine, but again, she felt a little flat for me, a little wooden. Um,
Yeah, I get that, but
and I think she
I
only
feel like
turned invisible like one
mm.
or two times, maybe. And one
She
of it was for a
turned
joke.
invisible, but then she uses like the force field. I feel like a good bit in the
They went
movie.
very heavy with force fields.
Yeah. Mhm.
But yeah, the Invisible Woman didn't seem to invisible it up that much. When she
Yeah.
did, and she just appeared on the bed in front of the thing and Human Torch, that was pretty funny. I hate it when you do
Yeah, that
that.
was good.
Um, but yeah, I like the look of Galactus. The actor
Hmm.
portrayal of him was, I mean, he's just kind of there. Like again, he didn't
Hmm.
have really didn't have much screen time, which was fine. This was through and through Fantastic Four movie focusing on them,
Hmm.
which was
Hmm.
good.
Hmm.
Lady Silver Surfer was fine. It did
Yep.
kind of surprise me that she didn't look much better as far as effects than Silver Surfer from the other two movies way back in the day when Chris Evans was the Flash. This is not going to
Oh
go
my
away
God.
anytime soon, is it?
No.
Like, that's
I
still
mean,
Chris
if you give it
Evans.
enough
He doesn't
time,
even
he
know
might
the
actually
movies.
play the Flash one day.
I know, right?
You give it enough
I'm still holding out for Nicolas Cage Superman. But
time.
yeah,
And well, he did get a chance to play Superman as CGI Superman in the Flash film.
ow, Jesus, cat. All right, I didn't let you show your butt in the camera. Doesn't mean you get to bite my foot. Jesus Christ, sorry.
Yeah. This is what you get for not giving everybody what they want. This is what the internet wants.
Cat attacking my foot.
That's
I
right.
have to install a camera under my desk just so everybody can get that show.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, again, and then I mean, there really wasn't that many more cast members that were super present. They had the lady that was like their assistant. She was fine, but again,
Mhm.
just kind of there. The little robot
Mhm.
guy was pretty fun. He was cool.
Yeah, he was neat.
Um,
I like his design.
yeah, yeah, I like that. I like
Mhm.
that they used tape drives for him instead of. I thought that was cool. Again, playing into the retro feel of things.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I don't know. It was kind of a throwback to what is it, Arnim Zola in the was Avengers Endgame, where they find him and he's just in this bunker, just full of tape drive, like computers with tape drives. Like that's where his whole existence
Mhm.
was. I thought that was kind of
Mhm.
cool. But yeah, the what are your thoughts overall on the like the plot, the story? Like, what did you kind of think
I
about that?
think I think for execution, we probably have to give it a pretty solid score. I mean, it's pretty good. Like I said, keeping it very basic. Good
Yeah,
versus evil. The good guys are trying to stop the bad guys, and when they can't stop the bad guys, they're trying to find a way to save the Earth. Like these genuinely felt like heroes through and through. Um, I feel like the tone of the movie, a little, when it's good, it's really good, but then when it slows down almost to a grinding halt,
yeah.
to a point
The
where
pacing was a little off.
if you're above a certain age, you might fall asleep in the theater. Just as a warning. But overall, I'd say the movie was really well done. The only thing I really didn't like was how they dispatched um, Galactus. Again, the
I
spoilers.
agree.
It was coming.
Yeah,
For Reed Richards, who's supposed to be one of the smartest guys on Earth, they literally, had the technology from the very beginning with the teleporter thing. There were so many ways they could have used that to trick Galactus into stepping into like the thing that would have ultimately got him, but they just
yeah,
didn't use it right. It seemed like I don't know. It seemed kind of dumb that they set him up to just go to one space and then like they magically they very slowly move the child from one place to another instead of just waiting for him to step into the ring. And then why not just teleport the child like you showed the egg, right? Teleport
yeah,
the child away from the area and then
That
then
makes sense.
then he would have had him, right? There wouldn't
Yeah.
have been a way for him to escape. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I that's just a very like it was a very that seemed like a very basic thing they could have done, but didn't do. Instead, they had to have the movie happen and have some contrived reason why he just kind of magically stops and it's like, oh wait, the child isn't here. Oh, that's right. I saw you walk off with him and carry him to another position. Like,
Yeah.
why did we do that? That was I don't
Well,
know.
I guess they didn't know he had X-ray vision.
They
I don't
did
know. That
because he displayed that when it went to go talk to him. Like he does the thing with Sue Storm. He's looking at her. He like
oh,
scans all of them.
that might have been what
Yeah, that
explained it.
happened. So they knew that. That's why it was so frustrating to me. It's like, well,
Yeah.
they know what he's able to do. So why not just like trick him into getting into the circle and then just teleport everybody away from it and then let him get sucked into the black hole or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
And
basic.
that was one of the points that um
I mean, again, everybody.
one of the points of the story that I really didn't like. And again, it was I think it was a failure of the writing. And again, I don't know if it was something that was that maybe they were going a different direction and had to pivot to reshoot something. I don't know. But the whole idea like that because they introduced the idea of like they were doing their thing, and then here's uh, Mr. Fantastic fiddling around, teleporting an egg around. He's like, "Hey, we're
Mhm.
getting teleportation down. This is awesome." Um,
Let's
would have been
never
easy
use
and
it.
smart. That would have been easy and smart. We can't do that. Exactly, Potato Queen.
Yeah, let's
um,
not use it in the very
but
moment that we could. To
yeah,
literally whenever. Yeah. So
so as like I
sorry.
said, just in the basic synopsis. So when they come back from dealing with or meeting Galactus in outer space, you know, they come back and they're like, "We didn't defeat Galactus. He wanted our son, and obviously we said no. Uh, so the plan was then is how are we going to fight Galactus? Reed Richards was really struggling to figure out what to do about him.
Mhm.
And then something Sue said when she was basically they had a really angry mob outside of the Fantastic Four's building, the Baxter building, and she went out there to kind of talk them down a little bit to try to reason with them. And again, to me, it was again a very stupid scene because she stands up there in the thing with her baby and she talks kind of quietly. I was like, there's like 12 people in the front that would have heard her, and nobody else would have heard her in the back. There's no way anybody would have heard her. And of course,
Okay,
they had,
so
yeah. I was like, I don't know what she's saying. And I'm sure somebody would have stood up and be like, you don't have an American Sign Language person beside you. But yeah, but like it was televised, and I'm assuming they had cameras with high tech mics, so people at least watching on TV, I guess, they could get the audio somehow. But yeah, but like I said, everybody that was standing there in person would not have heard shit that she was saying.
Mhm.
um, kind of a cool little speech there, but I don't know. Like I feel like they could have done a little bit better. I had some thoughts on how I would have done it differently. But something she said in that speech triggered the idea for Mr. Fantastic to teleport use the teleportation technology with the egg and do it with in the entirety of Earth. And they do this whole presentation, televised presentation to the entire world, and he shows how it's done. And he says, "Now, the only difference between an egg and the Earth is scale." I was like, no,
No,
that's
not quite.
no. I was
There aren't
like,
millions of people living on the egg. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
an egg is made. It's like four components for an egg: shell, membrane inside a shell, egg white, egg yolk. End of list. I'm sure you can
That's
break it
it.
down more molecularly and get different things, but it's like
Sure.
the egg does not have like a real test would have been teleport the egg, incubate the egg, and see if a chicken can actually hatch from that bitch. I was like, if I don't see a chicken, I don't feel comfortable with this. And immediately everybody was like, yeah, I'm totally cool with this plan. Teleport us like a freaking egg. You teleported an egg
Yeah,
like
sounds
Willy
good. Let's
Wonka.
do it.
Yeah. And I was like,
Yeah.
what's up, Sabbath Arcades? Um, but yeah, I was like, I mean, the Earth has to be in proximity with the moon. There's tides to think about. There's a spinning molten core in the middle of the Earth. How does being teleported affect that? I mean, And I mean, he said the line of, "Oh, we found a place in another galaxy somewhere with 2% within 2% equivalency to where we are now." Uh, but yeah,
How do
so I
you
mean, like
know?
that whole thing, like, and again, this it all comes down to your characters are only as smart as the writers. The fact that somebody wrote a line of, "Oh, the Earth is the same as an egg; it's just bigger," I was like, no,
No, there's a
that
lot
doesn't
more
pass the
going on.
sniff test like at all.
There's not a lot.
Um,
It's within a 2% margin of error. Um, that it's
yeah,
mostly the same environment, correct? You know, the position and everything. I mean, being just
appreciate it, Sam.
a little bit further away from the sun would make it extremely cold. Being a little bit too close to the sun would make it incredibly hot. Now
Yeah,
that's just 2%, man. That's I don't know. It's just like it seemed like a really contrived reason. I think they're really counting on here's a bunch of smart things that they're saying. You're not paying attention enough to really care
yeah,
because you just want to get to the end of the movie and see how it ends.
yeah. It's just
And
like
I
shut
was
up and
just in
accept
my
it.
mind, I was doing the same thing, just like, wait a minute,
And hold up,
hold
wait a minute,
on,
something ain't
this
right.
doesn't make any sense. And I was like, all right, I got to let it go because otherwise I'm literally gonna miss the movie over here talking to Katie about science stuff that doesn't make sense, and it's literally just a comic book. Let's try to get past it. That's what I ended up having to do. Just talk
Right.
myself out of thinking about it too hard.
Yeah, Sabbath said the writing was why he fell asleep. Also, it was his buddy's birthday and beer was consumed ahead of time.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, beer is probably a good choice.
yeah. We were talking
What else?
earlier, and I did fall asleep in one part when I went to see the movie as well, and I did not have the excuse of alcohol. I blame 3-year-old, but yeah.
Yeah.
But like that whole plot line for me was just like, no,
No,
you
yeah,
could have done better.
it kind of lost me there.
And
Yeah.
it's like you said, Oliver, of like they could have used the same machine, but like it seemed like teleporting Galactus would have been the go-to plan from the get-go.
Hmm.
Like they had
They put
trajectory of
all
his
their
ship
eggs in one
coming.
basket, and somehow it failed. I went there. I did it.
Yeah.
With that.
But yeah, it's
Sorry,
like they had
everybody.
the trajectory of where his ship was going. It's like build one there. So when he, as soon as he lands, it's like, "Oh, I'm Galactus, I'm gone!" Like it'd have been just instantaneous thing. But
Mhm.
I don't know. And kind of the other thing that and again, hindsight's
Wait,
always
hold on,
2020.
Justin. How did they not have a backup plan?
I don't know
How did they not have a backup plan? They know
that
that Silver Surfer Lady is on the way to do stuff, right? They know
yeah,
that. How do you not have a backup plan? Like, hey, what if she comes? Like, what do we do about her? I mean, they could have
well
teleported her away, right?
they probably thought like, hey, she'll get here and then she'll just leave again because that's what she's done the whole movie.
Yeah, she'll just do
She's
a
not that much
drive-by
of a threat.
cameo and then just disappear, so we're probably all right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
checks out. Never mind. Never mind. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, she drives by with a surfboard.
Here I am.
um,
Goodbye.
easy come, easy go. Um, but yeah, kind of one of the other things that I felt was kind of a miss, and again, I felt like again the smartest guy on the planet would have made this appeal. But you know, he talked about it's like, well, he wanted our son, and we said no, and then
Mm,
everybody got butthurt about it, and they kind of just walked away. Like they tried to defend themselves for a second, and then ultimately didn't for a couple weeks or so. It seemed like.
yeah.
But I felt like it would have been so simple for Reed to be like, okay, who of you is willing to give up your child? You know, it's
Oh
like
man,
the whole thing of let he who's without sin cast the first stone kind of thing. But then it would also
Justin, why
be,
aren't you writing for Marvel right now? You would have definitely fixed the movie just now, and like
and
literally
then
just one line. You know, it's like, oh, okay, we can identify with this thing that you said.
okay, and like, and even if like somebody in the audience would have been like, it would suck, but to like, I would give up myself. I would give up one child to save billions. I would do that. And then he could have been like, okay, you're willing to do it. Save Earth. Great. What about the 1,000 other planets that Galactus is going to eat? Because then you're talking about trillions of lives.
Mhm.
I was like, are y'all really going to let this go, or are we going to make this the last stand and wipe Galactus off the out of the galaxy, to wipe him out completely? It's like, if we
Mhm.
come together, we can do it. But giving him our son would have been a band aid, and we would have doomed other worlds. We would have doomed the whole galaxy because he seems to think that our son has magical space juju that he can exploit to make himself more powerful. So obviously, we can't unleash that on the
Well,
galaxy.
well, wasn't it that he believed that the sun was strong enough for him to basically become the next Galactus, so he could step
Yeah,
away from being a world destroyer?
and and
Because I think that's
yeah,
ultimately what he wants. Is like he
he
doesn't
he
want to
wanted a
do what.
successor. He said he wanted to end his um, something, his insatiable hunger. Like, he was just tired of being hungry all the time.
Look, just give the guy a hot dog and tell him to shut up. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know. Maybe feed him peanut butter. It's really filling.
he could use the
Just get him a.
teleporter to teleport him food.
They
Just
just need to get
teleport
Ant
Big
Man
Macs
to make
across
a
space.
giant vat
Yes.
of peanut butter
Here's some Nutella, bitch. Shut up. Giant Nutella jar teleported through space.
Nutella will fix everything, and then give him a hot dog. That would
Nutella
make
is
me happy.
Galactus kryptonite. But yeah, like, but yeah, again, I thought that was just. I mean, it wasn't a big deal, but it was just kind of a moment of, like, it seemed like there was very easy things to say to quell the crowd.
Mm.
Um, and like I said, what Sue Storm said was pretty cool. Eat a wiener and shush. Exactly, Stitchy. um, but yeah, so I don't know. I felt that was just, again, kind of a miss, and again took away from Reed Richards feeling like the smartest man in the world.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, the and I will say what another thing that felt kind of weird. Like, the mole people were fine. They didn't look super moley. Um,
Mm-mm.
they
It's
they
it's
showed
like a
the
supernatural
subterranea
monster.
for, yeah, yeah. They showed
Everybody's just
subterranea
like
for
him
like a
and just
moment.
it's just like, oh, this is a dragon, but no, it's just a guy in a suit and he's wearing
Yeah.
a red tie or something.
Yeah. I thought it would have been cool if they would have looked a little less like people.
Mhm.
But now, the whole thing of them sending all the people into Subterranea or whatever, that was kind of a cool way to protect them from Galactus.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like, I thought it would have been cool, again, to also, like you said, where was their plan B? Like, it would have
Yeah.
been cool to be like, to have the military show up. Like, where does this Earth just not have a military? Or, like, you would think that,
Maybe
like,
they don't. Maybe they
because
don't because they've been entirely reliant on the Fantastic Four to handle a
yeah,
lot of the big threats. You know what I mean?
yeah. But I mean, the fact that they didn't even mention a military, like, if they would have mentioned some kind of
Listen,
agreement, like, kind of like in Superman, where he's like, I will be the world peace, and I will dismantle all the nuclear weapons and stuff like that. And a
mhm.
lot of the different world leaders kind of agreed with that. And I forget which Superman movie that was. Is that Superman Doomsday? I don't know. I don't remember. But anyways,
Uh, isn't that the animated series? Like that's like
it's
the first episode,
I
isn't
think
it?
it
Like
was I think
they
it was one of the animated movies that I'm thinking
I'm
of.
sorry guys. I'm really turning into a big nerd right now. I'm a DC dork and I don't apologize for that. I love DC, but no, I think it may be one of the animated movies, but I want to say it's one of the first Justice League episodes where Superman goes and disables a lot of the nuclear armament that we have, but then all of a sudden another nation is like, "Ha ha, we got you, America. We're about to blow you up now," and then it's the Justice League stepping up to stop it or something. Am I thinking the right thing? I think I
Yeah, I think you
probably
are. What's
yeah.
up, Master Cat? Appreciate you stopping by.
Master Kid. What are they doing? Let me see.
Master Cat Weasel is a legendary hell diver.
Oh, cool. Love it.
Yeah, but yeah, I lost my train of thought. Um, yeah, I would say yeah, like Galactus coming down and the confrontation with the Fantastic Four, it really felt very empty. I mean, I know they had evacuated all of the people out of the city,
Mm-hmm.
and again, like that was a pretty clever way of doing it. Again, comparing it to the last movie we watched, the Superman one, where they're like, "Uh oh, got to evacuate," and it seemed like a lot of people got the heck out of Dodge very quickly without much much of an issue. Um, but
I feel
yeah,
like no.
obviously
Here's
that
my
would get
thing about that is I feel like they're used to that, like in Metropolis,
probably.
because
Yeah.
it's been going on for a while. So they're just like,
They've got
these are the
protocols in
evacuation
place.
orders, and so it would just be like, oh, okay, well, let me grab my children and get the heck out of Dodge. So I feel like just part of their
Yeah,
life
yeah,
in Metropolis.
but yeah, but like it did kind of make the threat of Galactus feel a little empty. The guy here to eat planets, and I don't know. I felt like he didn't do much. Like he plopped down, he stomped around,
Yeah,
uh, wanted to be fat bastard and eat a baby or whatever. Um, and like he just kind of walked in a straight line. Him stretching out Mister Fantastic, that made me cringe. I was like, oh god, that's uncomfortable. Like that
she.
was that was kind of a ugh, like that yeah that hurt. But like I don't know, the thing threw some stuff at him. Johnny Storm
Mhm.
didn't seem to hit him in the eyeballs for a second. I think I don't know. It's kind of a it kind of felt like waiting in line for a roller coaster for 4 hours, and then it's just like over. It's like um, while I
Yeah, there
think
wasn't
Galactus
really a
looked
fight.
very cool.
Hmm.
Um, I would have liked to see a little bit more of an actiony fight. Like Silver Surfer was
Hmm.
not involved in the final confrontation at all
No,
until
that's
the
not true.
last
She got the
one
she got the
second.
final. She
Yeah,
got the
yeah,
final
she was there for 1 second at
coup de
the
grace.
end where she told
Again
Johnny
with her
Storm, "I don't need
trademark
no man."
cameo
Yeah,
drive-by.
yeah, drive by surfboarding again. But yeah, it was like she came in and just,
She died as she lived.
"Hi, I'm here, bye."
Yeah.
Same thing.
She died
Um,
doing what she loved, being in the
yeah,
movie
so I
for a
mean, it was
minute.
like what ultimately took out Galactus was a shove.
Mhm.
Sue Storm shoving Galactus with a forklift.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, that was a little weak. Like it,
Well, you see what happens, of course. Then that's the
yeah,
point that you're trying to get to, which I thought was actually pretty well done.
yeah,
When you get to know all the characters and everything, and then when that takes place, it's really impactful. But it's
yeah.
just getting to that point. I felt like that whole sequence was just like I spent so much time thinking about, but what if they had done this, and what if they had done
Hmm.
that? And then I thought, like, wait a second, Galactus is like not much bigger than some of these buildings. How is he supposed to eat this whole freaking planet? Like, does he
Yeah.
have like a secret straw, and does he just like slurp it from like the inside out? Like, how does this work? You know, does
It
he just
takes a
like
while,
take chunks?
okay?
Does he take like chunks out of it and he eats it like a little kid, just like sticking his whole hand into a cake and just eating it? Like, how does this happen?
Maybe he's like Kirby. His stomach is a black hole and he just sucks it in.
Oh yeah, well maybe that's what it is. His mouth just gets really big and he just like inhales it. And like, okay, well that was good. Next.
He's an anime galactic god. His mouth just gets really big when he needs it to.
Right.
He's like a
I take a lot of hot dogs.
yeah. I think it had something to do with like all those. I think it had something to do with his ship.
Mm.
And all the pipes that he
Yeah,
had sticking in his back and stuff. I think it like his ship would like I don't know. Maybe it turned into the what was it the mom ship and Spaceballs with the vacuum. Maybe
mm.
that's what happened. His ship just turned into Mombot, and vacuums the planet, and then that goes into
Maybe
his
it's like a
bag.
giant juicer, and like what it does is it
Yeah,
squishes the planet and juices it so he can just drink it or eat
juice
it
the
or something.
planet. uh,
Delicious.
yeah, yeah, and like I said, that kind of got lost. I don't know, like I'm not the greatest Fantastic Four mind, but like I felt like Galactus had other heralds too. Like he always had more than one. Um, so I know at some point, what was it? Nova was a herald of Galactus.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't know. Like it would have been kind of neat, like if Galactus came to the planet and he had, I, I don't know, other minions to fight, and then you could have had more of a conflict with the people of Earth alongside the Fantastic Four. But yeah, like I just feel like on that scale, people would be like, "All right, you got your plan, and that's cool, but we're still gonna fly some bombers up his ass or something, shoot him with tanks. I don't know, something other
We
than
need like
just
a first line, right? You know, you got to
yeah,
send your
first
first
yeah,
line, what first
and
wave of attack out,
and
whatever,
that would
however useless or meaningless it is.
yeah, that would have
But
added some more stakes, some more
maybe in
gravity
this
to the
again, like I
fight.
say, maybe in this world because they're so reliant on the Fantastic Four, they're like, oh, we don't need a military. We've got
Yeah,
a stretchy gun, you know. And like, okay, well, I guess if that works for you, that's fine.
yeah. Maybe it's just a more peaceful planet, I guess. But yeah,
Maybe, you know.
um, but there were a lot of moments I did like. I did like the conversation that Mister Fantastic was having with Sue Storm of like she was mad at him because she kind of sussed out that he was considering giving Galactus their son,
Hmm. Hmm.
and she's like, "I know you've thought about it," and he's like, "I have, and I'm not gonna do it, but I thought about it," and he says that's my responsibility is I have to take in all of these evil thoughts, these horrible thoughts, and I have to think about them to figure out how to stop them. So it's like
That
that
felt
was
very
kind of
Reed
a
Richards.
yeah that was a very Reed Richards moment. That felt very cool to me. Of it's like wow, that's heavy. Like it's and that's one of the things like people like even looking at law enforcement. It's like these guys have to deal with the shittiest of shitty people and think of ways to stop these people. Like especially people that go like undercover and stuff like
Mhm.
that. The stuff they see and have to do nothing about like and luckily for Mr. Fantastic, a lot of that is just theoretical in his mind, but still to think about and dwell on that kind of stuff for that long, I
Mhm.
imagine would be pretty taxing on your psyche. So, like, I
Yeah, of
felt like
course.
that was a really cool moment with him. Very neat. And like you said, I like the way that everybody kind of had their part to play.
Mhm.
You had Johnny Storm working on where they had gotten some audio from the Silver Surfer and him figuring out her
Yeah,
language and stuff.
he completely translated that language and was able to speak to her in the end, and
Yeah,
that ended up being uh, the big thing that resulted in the final push, so to
yeah.
speak, for
And
the film.
and talking about like my thoughts earlier of like how Mister Fantastic or when they were dealing with the angry mob, that was a line that they could have used is like if we don't stop Galactus, we're dooming every other planet, and eventually it's going to come back to Earth. It might not be in our generation, but yeah, he's going to destroy the whole galaxy at some point in time if nobody stops him.
Mhm.
And
But
Johnny
isn't that
Storm
what they have now,
did
though?
say
Just
that.
by moving him like further
Yeah,
away, I mean,
yeah,
it's like still like, okay,
and
well, we got him this time. It's like next time, though. I mean, you'll probably be dead, so you don't have to worry. Your children will have to worry about it,
and to
right?
be fair,
So,
they did have a line of dialogue that explained that a little bit further.
mhm.
Mr. Fantastic said that he picked a very remote part of space and they transported him there, but not his ship. So it's like, yeah,
Mm,
he's out there, but he's got no way to, as far as they know, to maneuver through space
sure.
unless he's
Yeah.
got a jetpack or something. I don't
Or he can
know.
call it his planet Jamba Juice machine to him
Yeah.
somehow.
And that would be that would be something to consider that maybe they overlooked it of he could just call his ship to him and maybe
Hmm.
he's got a I don't know, something bullshit device that gets his shit back. So yeah, I mean they didn't kill Galactus, but they spared Earth for the time being. Um,
Hmm.
and again, and knowing Reed Richards, I don't think he would let it go. He would be constantly thinking of a way to stop Galactus.
Hmm.
Um, in the event that he does outsmart Reed Richards' plan and get back to Earth faster than they want.
Hmm.
But yeah, I also really like the moment with him and Sue, where again he was trying to science the bejesus out of their baby and trying to figure out if there's anything wrong with them. And Sue Storm used her power to turn her belly invisible so he could see the baby.
That was
And she
pretty
was
cool.
like,
Yeah.
"There it is. Just look at it. You can see he's fine." It's like stop testing. But yeah, and yeah, I thought that was a really cool moment of I mean, even just showing a baby and like how precious it is and stuff like that. I don't know, a really neat tonal shift for Hollywood, and again, really driving home the family dynamic of the Fantastic Four. I thought that was a really cool scene there.
Yeah.
All right, Oliver. I'm gonna help you out. Where it says send message at the bottom, to the right of that, there's a little party favor looking thing, and then to the right of
Hold on.
that is a
Party.
smiley face. If you
Okay.
click on the
Okay.
smiley face thing, that's how you do the stuff.
Uh, uh, but I don't see that cool little bird like she's got. Tater quill.
Those are hers specifically.
Oh no. But I want the
Uh,
bird. The bird is really cool.
if you
All right.
subscribe to Potato Queen, you can unlock her emotes.
All right. I'm
See,
gonna have to do it.
I'll do this real
Here,
quick.
for the time being, what am I gonna use? Let's use here. This is as close as I can get. This happy little looks like an Asian woman. Here you go. That's for you.
There, I just gifted you a sub, Super Ollie World, so you can now use my emotes. You can use his.
Yay!
Um,
Cool. Continue. I did it.
um,
Woo!
woo emotes.
Dun, dun,
Um,
dun, 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 dun.
we're learning on the job. Um,
One thing at a time. Hey, check this one out, guys. All right, sorry. I know I'm very fascinated with this now. I'm very sorry. We can get back to it,
ADD
Dustin.
mode
I'm sorry.
activate. Oh no, you're fine.
You know how I do. All right, so we've
What?
had a chance to talk about this movie and it's the characters and how they're portrayed and the story and overall, it's a good movie, right?
Yeah,
Um, Anybody who's on the fence, I don't know how you would be because it's a Marvel movie and everybody loves them, but if you're somehow on the fence about this movie, go see it. Now, here's
yeah.
the question I feel like is on everybody's mind, and you already know my answer. Which did you like better? Did you like Superman better, or did you like Fantastic Four First Steps better? Now I've done it.
Honestly, I would say Superman. Um,
Superman?
I think I
Okay.
had more fun with Superman.
Mhm.
I think it was better acted and better cast
Mhm. Right.
overall. Um,
Okay.
and it had a little bit more action. I think the pacing was better in Superman. Um, I like boobs better.
Who did it? Oh, Potato Queen, you did it. Well, I don't think
Boobs, man. I
anybody's going to
had
argue
boobs.
with you. I mean.
um, but yeah, uh, I don't know. Did you have any standout scenes in Fantastic Four that were like kind of your favorite moments?
What was my favorite moment in the whole thing? Oh gosh, that's very difficult to say um, because I think any scene with when you're getting a look in the retro futuristic world was probably just a lot of fun for me. Just to kind of look around and just I don't know. You're in this. weird place, and it's like, wow, nothing else looks like this in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So it was kind of fun to
Yeah,
just kind of look around
it was
and
refreshing for sure.
be there. Yeah. Um, but if I have to pick like a favorite scene, it would have it would be a big spoiler to let it out loud, but there's a stinger at the end of the movie that features, uh, we'll say, a cartoon, and I really loved it because I remember, when I was younger, I used to watch the Hanna Barbera Fantastic Four cartoon, and it's very reminiscent of that, and I really actually enjoyed that, and they made a lot of allusions to it.
Hmm.
Um, that was probably one of my favorite ones, but I don't know that I had like any one scene that I just absolutely it's just like, oh wow, this is my absolute favorite one. Um, hmm, hmm. No, and I really can't think of one, man. And that's just the thing is like, I can point out in Superman, which to answer my own question from earlier, I'm sure if you gathered that I'm a DC fan, Superman was definitely my favorite. But
Yeah,
um, Superman fighting the kaiju in that film was like it was awesome, and I was just
yeah,
like, man, this is so cool. He fights like Superman, the way he handles it is like Superman, and then when the other heroes come in, it's like it felt like a really DC thing was taking place right there, and I was like, man, this is like ripped straight out of the comic book, and that felt so good to
yeah,
me, and so I really enjoyed that. But in this movie, while I didn't have any problem with it, didn't feel like there was anything that was really stand out for me. It's kind of like you
yeah,
said, while it's a very good movie, it's not like it didn't, blow me away or anything. I
yeah,
can't really pick out a favorite scene from it, so I'm not sure what
yeah.
to tell you there. You know.
Like I said, I think for me, my favorite scene was, like I said, that conversation between Sue and Mister Fantastic of
Mhm.
her obviously getting upset that she did realize that he had obviously thought about giving up their son,
Mhm.
and he didn't deny it. He was like, "Of course I thought about it. I'm not going to do it, but I think about it. It's my job to think about it. That's what I do. I'm a thinker. I think things, think through things."
Mhm.
So like I said, that was
Yeah,
kind of my favorite scene. It wasn't an actiony scene or anything like that, but it was just a cool moment of dialogue of, again, good character building.
it was a very
That
Reed
I thought was
Richards
neat.
moment.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
felt very much like a Reed Richards answer to it. Just like I have to literally
Yeah.
think about everything, and it's not that I'm unfeeling, and it's not that I don't care. It's that I have this insurmountable task that is just plaguing my mind, and there's not a good solution for it. And there seems like an
Yeah.
obvious one, but it's not the one I'm going with. And so I'm doing everything I can to
Yeah.
think my way out of this. And
It's
that was
the
really
obvious
cool. You know
answer
what?
that is not going to happen.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I will declare that one also my favorite scene because it was really cool.
Yeah.
My wife and I talked about it afterwards. I guess that's how much of an impression it made on me as we were leaving the theater.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, pretty good movie. Go check it out.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I think it was worth a watch. It was a lot of
Mhm.
fun. And I do feel like Marvel is playing it a little safe with this one, which is fine because they've swung at some crazy
Ooh,
pitches and missed
boy, they've had
a good bit here lately.
huge
So
birds, man, some stinkers.
yeah, um, and and I don't know how this one's performing. Like I said, I hope it does what it needs to do
Mhm.
to carry on. But
I
um,
support this. Like a lot of the not DC, but a lot of the Marvel stuff that's come out in recent years has just not been the same quality
mm,
that it has been in years past. And I mean, come up with any number of reasons for it, but
mm-hmm.
this really felt like a step in the right direction. Not like a true return to form so much, just
No,
let's recenter ourselves and try to get everything back on track. Like it really felt like stepping back into place and like, okay, well, let's start again and let's get
yeah,
the train chugging once again. And well, I mean, at this point, Marvel is really counting on lightning to strike twice.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll ever get to a point where they're producing billion-dollar movies, movie after movie, like they were
Yeah.
before.
Like $4 billion movies a
Um,
year. Yeah.
I think Spider-Man will probably get very close, if not hit a billion. People seem to really love that. I mean, I really like Spider-Man. I think he's a great character.
I think Spider Man is the
But
number one most popular comic
mhm,
book in the world. Like it, Spider
yeah,
Man outsells
mhm,
Batman. He outsells everybody.
yeah, he
Um,
does. There's a great love for that character, and I feel like you'll
mhm.
probably make $1 billion in that movie. And if Disney is smart and if they decide they want to make a lot of money,
If Disney's
the
not
sequel
Sony,
to
they'll put Spider Man in a Spider Man movie. Basically.
that, yeah, but a follow up to Deadpool and Wolverine in some form or fashion would absolutely crush at the box office without
Yeah.
question. As long as it's unapologetic and unfiltered and just really, I mean, I'd say just lean really far into that R as hard as you can.
Yeah.
I feel like that would make a ton of money. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens though, because I know that at some point they're going to introduce the X-Men into the fold, and I really feel like that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That'll probably make a bunch of money, and um, that's why I'm glad the Fantastic Four has done as well as it's done because it gives me a little bit of hope that maybe they've like okay, let's just focus on doing this rather than trying to add all this extraneous BS that we don't really need. You
Yeah.
know, let's get out of our own way and make some good movies.
Yeah. Oh, one other scene really quick that I really appreciated. At the end, like I said, it to defeat Galactus, Sue Storm basically by herself pushed Galactus into a hole, the teleporty thing.
Hmm.
And the action of doing that, and again, I think that was the one of the scenes where Vanessa Kirby did great. Like the intensity of her, of her, like showing the emotion and the strain of pushing that big old bitch into the hole. I
Hmm.
thought was great.
Get
But
in that hole. I
the
thought that
strain
one.
of her doing that, yeah. The strain of her doing that, it killed her. Like it, she overdid it, I guess.
Spoilers.
And yeah, big spoilers, which we've established spoilers already. Um, but yeah, she
Mhm.
it kills her, and everybody's around again. A great emotional scene. Everybody's distraught again. Probably one of Pedro Pascal's better moments in that scene.
Mhm.
Holding the weird CGI baby and stuff, and even the baby like kind of knowing what had just happened, even though it's a baby, and he just laid the baby on there to give the baby a second to say goodbye to his mama, and the powers of the baby is kind of revealed,
Mhm.
bringing her back. Uh, that that scene that was a that moment in the theater actually did give me chills. Again, maybe it's being a dad
Mhm.
having a baby and stuff like that. Just the
Mhm.
thought of something like that happening is not something you want to see. Not something that you want to have happen. And then like I said, the whole family just breaking down, just incredibly distraught, and then the miracle of
Yeah.
the baby bringing her back was that was a cool moment. I did enjoy that part too.
Yeah. That's
Might
very
have been
good.
a little cheesy, plot devicey. I don't care. It was great.
Good. It had the impact that it should
Hmm.
have had, which was it was a very emotional moment for everyone.
Yeah,
Where after all of this craziness that's going on, we take a beat, take a breath, and it's like, okay, we got to live in this moment and live with the consequences of what just happened.
yeah,
Um, but only for a moment because then like you say, the baby's power is revealed to he has it's kind of unknown, but he's at least got the ability to bring his mom back from death.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah. um yeah, man, it was, I don't know, pretty cool, pretty good. It was a good way to end the movie.
yeah. I thought so.
And at some point we're gonna have to now we'll talk about this just a little bit. Dr. Doom.
Hmm.
who is my favorite villain of all the villains who have ever been
I think
created.
he's one of the best villains, at least in the Marvel universe for sure. But yeah,
Yeah,
just
I
reiterate that he's
mean,
my top favorite.
he's absolutely my top favorite because I mean, if you think of the archetypal villain, I mean, it's all the qualities of the hero, but they choose the dark path, right?
Yeah.
They make a decision that puts them down the dark path, and there's nobody who embodies that more than Doctor Doom, who has the ability to do everything that the heroes can do. He's very capable, and if he really wanted to put all of his energy and intelligence into actually saving the universe, he absolutely could. But the only thing he cares about is Latveria, which is his country.
Hmm.
He cares about his people. That's all he really cares about, and his own interests, of course.
Yeah.
And
I thought that was a
I
cool nod when they were doing the showing the we're all the world leaders, and they're yep, Latveria seat was
yeah,
empty.
he
I
wasn't
was like,
there.
where's the at?
Yeah, I turned to my
That
wife and I
was a
was like,
little
"Oh,
subtle moment.
they're doing the thing! Hey, they're doing the thing!" And if she's like, "What are you doing, you idiot?" And I'm just like, I didn't know what to do. I was having like an idiot stroke right there in the theater.
That's brilliant. Yeah, and again, that was a nice little subtle way to show that
Mhm.
Doctor Doom don't care.
No, he's like,
Yeah.
no, these guys suck, and I hate them, and I'm not going to be a part of this.
Yep.
But then I don't know. It felt really good to kind of get a little bit of that. But I'm sorry, guys, I just don't want Robert Downey Jr. to do it. That was a very poor decision.
That was an act of desperation if
Yeah,
I've ever seen it.
yeah.
Not to
I
say
mean,
that
I
Robert
feel
Downey
I
Jr.
feel like
won't make a good Doctor Doom, but yeah, it feels weird.
I feel like he will, but it's just I don't know. Doctor
He's
Doom
Iron
needs to
Man.
have a very imposing presence, and that's why I still love John Hamm to play Doctor Doom.
Mm-hmm.
He has that commanding, imposing kind of figure, and like he looks like somebody that I would just be like, yeah, don't fuck with that guy. Don't do it.
Yeah.
He's gonna like absolutely obliterate you and your family and everybody and everything that you care about. Do not mess with this person.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know, man. It's like you say. I really feel like Disney was just like, how do we get butts back in the seats? Hey, everybody
Star
seems to
power.
like that Robert Downey Jr. guy. Let's get him back to do something. Wait, you don't want to be Iron Man anymore? Oh gosh, what about Iron Face? You want to be Iron Face? And he's like, yeah, fine, whatever. I like money. I'm sure that's what it came
Back up
down
the
to.
dump truck
I like
full of
money.
dollar bills to my house, and I'll do it.
Yeah. Go ahead and just back it up, pour it into the basement or whatever, along with my other millions of dollars I have.
Yep. Fill up my Scrooge McDuck money vault that I can dive into, swim around in.
He has made so much money on these movies, man.
And rightfully so. He brought Iron Man to a whole new level of prevalence. Like,
Hmm.
and Iron Man he's always been a cool character in the Marvel universe, but he's never been one of the main popular ones. Like,
Yeah,
so Robert Downey Jr. brought him to the front in a big way.
hmm
I think.
he was
Um,
perfectly cast. If they wanted to pick somebody who just seemed like a jerk, had a bunch of money, and maybe had a little too much fun in different ways. I mean, they perfectly cast him,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it really it really changed the course of their whole thing, their whole life
yeah.
of making movies. Um, but I think that it's definitely time for him to not be in the Marvel universe as anything besides just the memory of Iron Man.
I
Um,
think my exact
but
reaction when they made that announcement that it was gonna be him, they did the whole reveal of him pulling off the Doctor Doom mask at the whatever Comic Con or whatever it was.
Mhm.
My exact reaction was like, "Whoa! Why? Why is it Doctor Doom?"
I immediately was just like, oh man. It's like somebody farted, and I was just like, man, I got to stay in this room and endure it. Like that sucks. It's like,
Robert
oh
Downey
man,
Jr. has been demoted to fart.
yeah. I was really wanting
demoted
it to be John
demoted
Hamm.
Superman to David Sweaty Corn, and Robert Downey Jr. is fart. We're
Oh
good at this.
no. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you like Robert Downey Jr. He that like I said, we've been saying we love him as Iron Man. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that. It's just it seems like he had his time. Give somebody
yeah,
else a chance to really step up and do something cool. But I don't know.
agreed.
I'm not Disney. Maybe they know what they're doing. Maybe they decided to correct the ship, and now it's gonna all work out. And it's like, okay, well, we can separate Robert Downey Jr. from being Iron Man. That's gonna be the biggest hurdle. I feel like is being able to separate those two things.
Yeah,
Um,
like for me, it just feels like an act of desperation. Of
yeah.
you know, we've bait and switched all of our characters, all of the Marvel characters, into I don't know. They're all women now. Like every male character is a different
Mhm.
female version. You got Ironheart
Mhm.
now. Hawkeye is now Kate Bishop. It seemed like they were trying to do Hulk is now just going to be replaced by She-Hulk in the next Avengers movie. Which that show failed so catastrophically. I don't see that happening. Um,
Mm-mm.
who
Too
else?
bad.
Loki is now a tree, and Sylvie is Loki now. So you got Lady Loki. I thought they were gonna do Lady Thor, but that was just for that movie. So there's at least not a bait and
That
switch
was
there with
that was
Thor.
not a good movie.
I
I
didn't even watch it. Thor's my favorite,
when
and I got a whiff of what they were doing. I was just like, I don't want to see him do that to my boy. Like,
it was not
yeah.
that good. I watched it on a plane ride, and I really wish I had just jumped out of the plane instead. That would have been a better use.
Oh yeah. I've done the whole thing of like late at night looking for something to watch there on Disney Plus, and I'll hover over Thor: Love and Thunder for a minute. Like, should I? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
No.
don't do it. They gave you some good movies, and just it's good. Probably better if you leave it
Yeah.
at that. I was
Yep.
really
I'll have to.
hoping at some point they would introduce Beta Ray Bill,
Me
who's one of
too.
my favorite characters. He's really
I actually
cool,
have
but
a Beta
I
Ray
don't know.
Bill Funko Pop over there somewhere. It's one of the few
That's what I'm
Funko
talking
Pops that I
about.
actually own. And he's a bobblehead. Yeah, Beta Ray Bill would have been cool. Like when they started making Stormbreaker instead of Mjolnir, I was like,
Mhm.
that means Beta Ray Bill's
Oh
coming
man,
soon, right?
some point. But yep, some point Beta Ray Bill's got to come in, but no, he hasn't been formally introduced yet. So maybe in the
I
future,
wish, I
once they
wish they
kill
would
Thor,
do.
that'll be what they do.
Yeah, I wish they would
Yeah,
do, and I feel like they kind of teased it a little with Thor Ragnarok, but I wish they would do Planet Hulk. Like
yeah.
that would be
Hmm.
cool. Like I said, they dipped their toes into it with Thor, Thor Ragnarok, but I was like, I hope that's not all you get. But I don't know. I guess it feels like that card's been played now. They
Yeah. They
sent him
did. They
away.
already
He
kind
became a gladiator. Yeah, they've already did it. Yeah,
of. Mhm. So
swing and a
that's
miss.
too bad. And well, that's Disney
Uh,
for you. Wah-da-da-da-da-da.
uh, so, anyways, Fantastic Four, and any final thoughts on it?
No, I think we've kind of gone over all of it. Again, if you're on the fence about seeing it, I say go see it. I'm sure at some point very soon it will go to Disney Plus or Hulu. Is that
Yeah,
being all folded into one service?
yeah,
Um, I
much
would
sooner
say
than
go
later.
check it
Yeah,
out. In the theater if you can. The theater's a cool place to support your local theater, man. They need it. But
yeah,
yeah, definitely check it out. If you're a big Marvel fan, you'll really love this movie. But it is just a fun movie to go see. It's really cool looking. Very easy story to grab onto. You don't have to think about it a whole lot, and it's not connected to anything you already know about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You don't have to do
yeah,
any homework. You don't have to think about, a show that you probably never ever watch. You just go in, you know what's going on, you're up to speed very quickly, and
Yeah,
it's a cool world to live in. I'm excited to see more of it, and I hope we do get more of it. In
yeah,
the
likewise.
next footing.
Like I said,
Um,
I would love to see them tie X-Men into this universe. Like I think that could be really
yeah,
cool.
that would be really really cool.
Yeah.
What about you? Any final thoughts for everybody before we call it?
Um, I'm there with you. Like I said, it's one I would recommend. Give it a watch. Like I say, if you can go see it in theaters, try to do so. Like I said, theaters need some help right now.
They need you, man.
COVID did a massive number on them. And Hollywood seems to be allergic to putting out good movies here lately that people actually want to go to a theater and see. So when there is one, try to give it some support. Um,
Yeah.
as I don't know, like theaters is one of those things. A lot of people say if like, oh, uh, I've got a big screen TV at home and surround sound. I don't need to go pay all the money just to go to a theater. But man, there's just some movies that are just so cool in a theater. Like it makes a big
Hmm.
difference. So yeah, I would
Hmm.
definitely say go give it a watch. And honestly, it's kind of the same with comic books right now. The big two seem to be doing everything they can to bastardize their characters in the comic books, and comic book stores are hurting
Hmm.
because it's like they're wanting to put messages and all kinds of stuff into the comic books, and people are just like, I just want to see a cool story with cool characters fighting each other. I don't need messages or lectures in a
When
comic book.
Superman gonna start punching somebody? I need to start punching somebody right in the face
Yeah,
right now. I'm gonna start punching this comic book in the face.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
mean,
it's it's one of those.
we get it.
And I think that's a problem with some of our entertainment stuff is people trying to put messages and agendas over quality of story and characters, and it's the people at the top will be fine. The people who depend on a job at a movie theater for their livelihood, they're the ones getting screwed. So yeah, if you
Yeah.
can go out and see the movie, support your local theater. So it is a good time. It was a fun movie to watch. And I think the theater enhanced like being able to see that world on the big screen was really cool.
Hmm. Absolutely.
So what do
Couldn't
we
agree more.
what are we doing next? What's the next movie?
That's a good question. This doesn't have to necessarily all be superhero stuff, man. I
No,
feel like,
no,
feel
we
like,
can
or we,
do anything.
um,
They
what's
did
come out
okay.
recently?
I got one that could be fun.
Hmm.
Amazon just put out. I think it's on Amazon Prime. Streaming movie. They put out their own War of the Worlds or War of the Worlds with the big tripod aliens, starring Ice
Oh no,
Cube.
I'm not watching that. Watching that. I watched the trailer for that and I was just like, what in the sci-fi channel is this? Like this looks terrible.
watch
I mean,
watch
I
the
guess we
watch
could
the
watch it.
watch the pitch meeting for it.
Oh my God.
It sounds
We could
really
definitely
funny.
watch it and just see what it's about, man. But
It
you know what? Let's
it would
do it.
not be
Whatever. You
it
like
would not be a serious
nobody else in
episode
the
if
world
we.
is gonna watch it and review it. We're like literally the only two people on planet Earth that are gonna want to do it. So let's just do it. Whatever.
It's like
I'll
I
watch
didn't
it
even
this
know
week.
I didn't even know it was coming, and I heard it mentioned briefly on another podcast or something. And
Uh-huh.
then, like I said, I
Oh,
saw the pitch meeting. If anybody's ever bored and looking for something to do, look up pitch meeting on YouTube. It is freaking hysterical. Um, but yeah, I watched his video about it, and it was yeah, it sounds awesomely bad. Cat
hello.
Cat
Yeah.
Invasion Part Two.
Sorry.
Uh,
Another cat invasion.
yeah. But yeah, I'll put links
Let's
in the
let's
Discord. If anybody would like to see what it is that we are going to do next, that one could be a contender. Just I think just for sheer comedy value because it looks terrible. But
or
yeah,
if you have a better movie you would like for us to watch that is out, we are open to ideas. I like the idea of watching this horrible, horrible world. Um, Probably have to catch up on because I've seen the original film
Weapons.
and
Hey,
for
Teal, welcome
the
in, buddy.
broad of War of the World, and of course I saw the Tom Cruise War of the World. So I have
It's
a
Teal.
lot
Hide.
of comprehensive knowledge in War of the Worlds for no particular reason other than it's an interesting concept to me.
Teal recommended the movie Weapons. I don't know much about that one.
Weapons. What's that
Weapons.
about?
Wait, is that the
Weapon.
Silver Surfer chick?
We
Oh,
get
yeah.
weapon.
It has Silver Surfer in it. Josh Brolin's in it. Julia
Josh
Garner, yeah, the
Brolin.
chick that played Silver Surfer. Yeah. Benedict Wong is
He
in it.
knows.
Oh, it looks is that like more of a horror movie?
We get weapon.
Together was
What's
a
this
weird
about?
movie for sure. Is Weapons? Is it a horror movie? It looked horror. Very good scary movie. Best in a while, to be honest. Hey, that might be a good one. Try Weapons.
Okay. Weapon. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
into
looks
it.
like it just came out recently.
We could also watch just a really, really bad movie. Have you seen Velocipaster yet?
No, it sounds awesome. Is it a movie about a dinosaur who gives people little wafers and wine?
No, it's about a little priest who, I, if I remember correctly, he becomes cursed and becomes a velociraptor. It's it's really silly. It's pretty good.
That
It's
sounds
along the
funny.
same lines as something like
Like
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah. Zombievers,
Yeah.
black sheep, that kind of stuff.
Rubber.
Rubber, yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, weapons. That could be a fun one to do. Yeah, like I said, we've done two superhero movies. It'd be kind of cool to do a scary movie.
I love horror. You know me.
Oh yeah.
That's my jam. Yeah. Um. Okay. Well, is Weapons currently in the theater? Is that what's showing right now? I know my wife is interested in seeing it.
Let's see. I spelled weapons
Did
with
that
two
just come
N's.
out? When did that come
Weapons
out?
showtimes. Uh,
It came
yeah,
out.
looks like it's
Oh, it
currently in
came out
theaters.
last weekend.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it's recently out. Yeah,
Oh wow, that's
I'd be
very
down for that.
recent. Okay.
Horror
Yeah,
mystery. Yeah,
I'm way in.
shoot for that.
Oh, dude, yeah, let's do that. But also, let's keep in the back of our mind that this horrible movie, War of the Worlds, that with Ice Cube is out, and I'm gonna watch it at some point now because we're the only two people on planet Earth that are probably gonna watch it and review it. Somebody has to do it.
Watched it
Hmm.
Friday last week and would see it again. Awesome. Yeah, well, that might have
I'd
to be the
watch
one
it
we do
again.
next.
Taylor, are you talking about War of the Worlds? Because man,
No, he's talking
I
about
don't know,
weapons.
man. Well, I mean, we were talking about War of the Worlds. Joking,
We
Taylor.
should almost do like a Discord watch party, and we'll just all watch War of the Worlds together and laugh at it.
You know what? I would be way into that. Just get everybody
That could
just
be
to
fun.
just really
Just get
poop
everybody
on
in the
this
Discord
movie
voice
in real
chat and
time.
watch the
Yeah,
movie together. Just roast it.
I am
That
way
could be
into
fun.
that. That would be fun. Get more apple juice.
Stitchy's in. But yeah, God, maybe that'd be something we could do with this. It's like we can do serious reviews for more movies, and then when we get just an awesomely bad movie, don't stream it or anything, but just watch party it and
Just watch party and just have fun
laugh
with
at
it.
it as a unit.
I mean, that's the kind of enjoyment you get out of it. And boy, I've got some movies that we can
Never
watch
heard of
that
the
I
other one.
think excellent.
So Teal, do you remember they had War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise back in the day? It's the movie with the in Helldivers they have the big tripod aliens, Screaming Kid, BRB. But yeah, the what are they called? The Illuminate have the big tripods. Yeah, those are based on the War of the Worlds. I think it was originally. a book or a short story or something like that. And back in the day, like a very prominent radio host read, like, he liked the story, so he read it on air, and a bunch of people thought it was real. They thought Earth was actually being invaded by aliens, and like people committed suicide and stuff like that. It was nuts. Um,
Um, well, it started off as a radio broadcast, is how it started. H.G.
okay, so
Wells, War of the
yeah, H.G.
Worlds.
Wells. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they decided to have not televised, but a radio teleplay of it done. And what Chump's saying is correct in that some people who maybe tuned in a little late were not privy to what was going on, and so they thought they were listening to a genuine broadcast
Like a
where
news
a
broadcast
news
on a
reporter was saying, "Oh my gosh,
TV.
there's so much destruction. There's so many dead people, and this city has been destroyed." And so some people did have a major freak out.
Yeah.
But at the very beginning of the broadcast, because this is my me and my nerd heart. Um, it says that this is a completely fabricated
Fictional,
story. There's
fictional
nothing real
story.
about this. Don't have a freak out. And of course, people who tuned in late were just like, "What? New York is gone? Holy, like."
Yeah.
So, but
But
yeah, it's
yeah,
it's
they
had a couple of adaptations over the years. Movies. I want to say there was a movie that was developed in the 50s, uh, and then one in the 70s, I think, and then of course
it's really been that long. Hmm.
there've been a few of them that have been done over the years, and to mixed things. I want to say the one that was done in like the 70s. It's got the aliens are kind of cute in a way, and not very intimidating. But then like the Tom Cruise one, I mean, it really brings the action and the
Yeah,
and the wildness of it. I actually really enjoyed it. But then this one with
I
Ice
have to watch
Cube,
that one first.
it literally looks like a sci-fi channel movie that somehow got greenlit. And I don't know how they tricked Ice Cube into doing it, other than they said, "We will
Money.
give you more money than you're worth." And he said, "Yeah, man, I'll do it. Whatever. I don't care."
I'll sell my soul. Where do I sign?
Yeah, I don't care. Who cares? So,
Yeah. All right. So I think we have a loose plan.
yep.
Actually, go watch
Weapons.
Weapons and do a review for Weapons, and
Weapons.
then plan in the near future of maybe doing like a watch party, watch along in the Discord with War of the Worlds, Ice Cube version.
Oof.
It'll be fun.
It's gonna
It'll
be
be fun.
terrible, but whatever. I mean, well, we'll find a way to have fun with it.
And Stitchy's bringing popcorn.
Who's bringing the popcorn?
Oh, I should clarify, Oliver. Before Potato Queen, her name was Stitchy before. She has changed it recently to Potato Queen. So if you hear
Oh,
me call
okay.
Potato Queen Stitchy,
Stitchy
that's
Tater. Gotcha.
Stitchy and Potato Queen are the same person. But
Tater
yeah.
Queen.
Well, I think that's
All
going to
right.
do it for us for the evening. Anything you want to shout out? Where can people find you?
So I am Super Ollie. You can find me at Super Ollie World on Instagram. I do paintings. I do digital art. I do drawings. I have a lot of fun doing little robots and squids and you'll like it. So check it out. So I'm working on some paintings
Oh,
now that will be available to buy
correct me if I'm
soon
wrong.
enough.
The paintings there, up there behind you, those are all yours, right?
Yeah,
The
some of these are
hair across
actually all,
Godfather.
huh?
The
The
hair
hair
across
cross, yeah.
Godfather. That
And if
always
you'll
cracks me
see
up.
behind the knight helmet here, it's a little hard to see, but there's Shovel
Shovel Knight.
Knight and Hollow Knight, and I've got a Swamp Thing. I can't point that out. The Swamp Thing recreation, and then Cancana Ray. Oh, and this one you can't even see at all, but I love it. So
Show
if
enough.
you like this kind of stuff,
Brilliant.
check me out on Super Hollywood.
But yeah, he's a very talented artist. very talented musician, and he beats me up in Street Fighter too.
Yeah, yeah.
Since we're
Yes, I also dole out ass beatings in Street Fighter sometimes.
But yeah, and you can find me here on Twitch at Chump Norris 23. You can find me on YouTube at Chump Norris on YouTube. Yeah, we're looking to make this a more regular thing. This is episode 2 of doing this. First one was only on YouTube. We didn't live stream it. But yeah, if people are digging this, we will continue to do live streams, doing watch parties and things like that. We're just kind of unraveling this as we go, see where it takes us. But yeah. Yeah, that's going to do it for us. We will see you shortly with weapons. Good recommendation from Teal. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Yep. Pencil.
It's a
All right,
weapon.
everybody. That's going to end this part of the stream. I'm going to take a brief break, and then I'm going to set up the Switch 2, and we're going to jump into Ninja Gaiden for a little bit. So yeah, that's going to do it for this part of the stream. Like I said, we'll be back probably next week sometime. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. But yeah, as we go, we'll get this more ironed out and set a specific day. But yeah, appreciate everybody hanging out. Appreciate everybody chatting. And we will see you in the next one.
Be good at